It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. Completes it to Jennings. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Herbert now. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Herbert operating from the red zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as
as soon as you curl it around the finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up second down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega right side. Touchdown! J.J. Arcega right side. 53 yards. And the Panthers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Herbert. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. First down, here's Mitchell. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 41 yards for him on the ground in this first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now it's Herbert. his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
A gain of 10 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Panthers' 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Herbert. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. And that's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without development.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Panthers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
21-0, our score after 1. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defense in front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 44, Herbert. And his throw is incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. On play action, it's Wentz. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Here we go.
Now Wentz. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you, and that time they were on guard. Incomplete.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Third down, here's McCaffrey. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Now Joey Sly in the Panthers field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Sly able to put this one through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On second and very short, Herbert. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
the receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there, yeah. And you went that far back, no bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
McCaffrey running up the middle. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. 30-yard line, 2nd and 12. Wentz. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Higgins. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Here's Herbert. And this is caught. Jennings. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. To the air again, Herbert. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. T. Higgins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On play action, Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
On the counter, Mitchell. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Hopkins' kick is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but a starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's going to look deep for more. And this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz got a man. It's Berrios complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This one left side caught by Barrios. Only a yard of the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Marcus Mariota, a 4-yard touchdown scamper as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Chargers 9.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. And that's going to be... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
82, 82. Bring it to you. This 5-7.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Throw to the right, taken in by Berrios. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Now it's the backup Mariota. And he'll just get rid of it. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Sly able to put this one through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. Moore, the man in motion. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Marcus Mariota. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Herbert now. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their 38. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey to the 43, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Panthers.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
129 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Panthers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to